Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. On each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we are going back to look at a Disney classic as we take a look at Bedknobs and Broomsticks, starring Angela Lansbury. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you will be notified with each new video. But for now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering Bedknobs and Broomsticks. This movie was released on October 7th, 1971, and it was directed by Robert Stevenson. It is based on the novel The Magic Bedknob and Bonfires and Broomsticks by Mary Norton, and the production companies was Walt Disney Productions, and it was distributed by Buena Vista Productions, I should say, sorry. The budget for this movie was $6.3 million, and it did a box office return of $17.9 million. So in terms of the production history, English author Mary Norton published her first children's book, The Magic Bedknob, in 1943, and a second book, Bonfires and Broomsticks, in 1947. This caught attention of Walt Disney, who purchased the film rights in 1945 to Norton's first book, but then combined the two books in a one-film project in 1957. During this time, the negotiations with P.L. Travers for the film adaptation of Mary Poppins had been delayed, as P.L. Travers was not willing to sign away the film rights. Bedknobs and Broomsticks was suggested as an alternative film title, and Disney songwriters, the Sherman Brothers, were assigned to write songs for the movie project. However, once Walt was able to secure the rights for Mary Poppins, Bedknobs and Broomsticks was shelved. In the spring of 1966, the Sherman Brothers resumed work on Bedknobs and Broomsticks, but the project was again shelved because it was determined too similar to Mary Poppins. In 1968, as the Sherman Brothers' contract was expiring, Bill Walsh contacted them to resume the work on the film as a final project. The Sherman Brothers, Bill Walsh, and Don DeAgardi all continued to work on the film with no set release date. Some of the songs that were originally written for Mary Poppins were retooled for Bedknobs and Broomsticks, one of them being The Beautiful Brimey. In terms of casting, there were several actresses rumored for the title role, as Leslie Caron, Len Redgrave, Judy Carnan, and Julie Andrews were all considered for the lead role of Eglantine Price. The role was offered initially to Julie Andrews, but she hesitated, and Walsh then went on to contact Angela Lansbury, who accepted the role. Julie Andrews would later reconsider and told Disney that she would take the role, but it was told it was too late and that Angela Lansbury had been cast. Peter Ustinov was considered for the role of Emilius Brown, but it was Ron Mooney who was offered the lead role. Moody refused to star in the film, however, unless he got top billing, which Disney said no, so David Tomlinson replaced him. Filming occurred on the Disney backlot from early March to June of 1970. And for the Naboo soccer game, a sodium vapor process was used, and this was an early method of green screen where the actors would shoot the scene and then the animators would animate the characters around the live actors. So let's take a look at the cast. So we have Angela Lansbury, who plays Eglantine Prince, David Tomlinson, who plays Emilius Brown, Ian Wenghall, who plays Charlie, Cindy O'Callaghan, who plays Carrie, Roy Snart, who plays Paul, Roddy McDowell, who plays Ronan Jelk, Sam Jeffy, who plays the Bookman, Leonan Winrib, who does the voice of King Leonidas, and Dallas McKinnon does the voice of the Fisherman Bear. So in terms of the plot, during World War II in England, Charlie, Carrie, and Paul Rollins are sent to live with Miss Eglantine Price, who, as it turns out, is an apprentice witch. Charlie blackmails her that if he is to keep her secret, she must give him something. So she takes a bedknob from her late father's brass bed and places the famous magic traveling spell on it, and only Paul can activate it. Their first journey is to the streets of London, where they meet Professor Emilius Brown, the former headmaster of Mrs. Price's witchcrafting training school. She tells him of the plan to find the magic words for the spell known as substitutory locomotion, which brings inanimate objects to life, and this spell will work for her for the war effort. So in terms of the release, the film had an original running time of 141 minutes, and that was scheduled to premiere at Radio City Music Hall. However, to accommodate the theater stage show, the movie had to be trimmed down by 23 minutes. Several musical sequences were cut down, including a song, A Step in the Right Direction, along with a lot of the performance of Roddy McDowall. Angela Lansbury was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Musical and Comedy, and the film was nominated for Best Song for The Age of Not Believing, and it did win a Golden Globe for Best Visual Effects. In 1996, for the film's 25th anniversary, several deleted scenes and the song A Step in the Right Direction was re-edited for the film. In addition, Portobello Road was expanded to its original length. This would be released for DVD, but it would also be later shown on the Disney Channel on August 9th, 1998. As well as several of the film's songs have been re-released on Best of Disney CDs. A stage musical was also adapted for the United Kingdom with the original songs by the Sherman Brothers and additional songs written by Neil Bartman. It opened on August of 2021 at the Theatre Royal in Newcastle, and the production is currently touring in the United Kingdom and Ireland. So would I recommend this movie? I think this movie is a forgotten one, as it is often compared as a lower rate Mary Poppins. And clearly it is Disney's attempt to create another Mary Poppins type hit. This was also when Walt had passed away, and the company was struggling to find a new direction, as they were often making a lot of their decisions on what would Walt do. I like the story. I think it's engaging. I like the characters are also engaging, like Angela Lansbury and David Tomlinson do a really good job. The songs are great complement to the story. They're kind of unique and catchy with different tones set throughout. There's comedy songs, there's dramatic songs, so definitely good ones there. My favorite sequence is the Portobello Road sequence. It has a great variety of comedy as well as different dance styles. You get to see kind of dancing from different cultures as well. My only negative thing is that after the soccer game at Naboom Boom, the story tends to slow down a lot and kind of drags a little bit. But other than that, I think this is one that is often forgotten, and I think it's a great one to revisit to any fan of Disney or any fan of those kind of musical comedies. So definitely recommend this one. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would welcome anyone to please leave a comment below on what they think of the movie Bedknobs and Broomsticks and what their favorite memory is. So as we look forward to our next episode, we're going into the world of science fiction as we take a look at Babylon AD starring Vin Diesel. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.